All right, welcome everyone to PM Production. This is Paolo Motta, and this is the nightcast, I would say, of PM Production. So, hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll get started pretty soon. This is a different situation from what we usually do because there's a lot of things going on at the moment, so we need to, keep things safe. And so this is a sort of a home edition, and we're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about guitars. We're going to talk about holiday stuff, maybe some ideas, for your holiday. How would you say it? Holiday gifts, if that could be, something interesting to think about. But before we start, please subscribe to the channel and put the bell button so you can get notified anytime there's a new podcast like this one. Before we start, if you don't know who I am, I'm a music teacher, musician, music producer. I work as a studio music producer and a teacher, and I make YouTube videos mostly often because I love the way YouTube reaches out to people. So you see, this channel is very much about music, very much about all these things that we do here, and there's tons of videos. Probably if you've came across this channel is because of some videos, maybe, or maybe this is the first time you get in touch. So if this is the first time, I'm really happy to see you, and hopefully we'll have some good time together. So as you can see in my back, there's guitars all around, and because I'm mostly a guitar player, but I do play all sorts of instruments. I play piano, I play drums, and I play all other instruments. That's why I'm so much into the music production industry, because music production for me is the best way to transmit what I do about music. So you probably seen some of my productions. If you didn't, you can always go and check them out. You can find them on Spotify. You can find them on this channel. There's a few things here and there. You can just go onto the videos and check those ones out. I hope you like them. I am an Italian music producer, so a few things that I do are in Italian. And but I mean, Italian has been the most used language for music until the 1900s, probably. So why not use it? And it might become popular someday. Who knows? But other than that, I do also produce music, English-based music, which is I really love. I love all the music, English music production. So this is something that I do on a daily basis. And what can I say? It's music is just great, and there's so many good things about music. I mean, I love instrumental music. I love pop music, rock music, jazz music, any sorts of genre. It's fine for me. I have to be honest. I'm mostly sort of a pop rock sort of guy. So you probably find a lot of that stuff in my productions, and a lot of electronic influences, and a few things here and there. So if you want to go and check them out, you can go and definitely check them out. I hope you like them. And let me know, give me some feedback. It'll be great. So so this podcast, this sort of music, this live chat, I would say, starts off with some, just as an idea of having a good time to chat about music. If you guys are musicians, if you guys are music producers like me, it could be a good time to share some thoughts about what happens in the music world right now, and also, the things that you do, that you are doing right now. Like, for example, I'm working on my next track. It's going to be out very soon. It's called Viaggio al centro della terra, which is an Italian track, I know, but it is a very, very good track. And I mean, if you guys are into production, I'm pretty sure you like it, even though it's sang in Italian. And I gotta be honest, I mean, music production in general, if you listen to it, it's just about the music production. It's not about the language. So hopefully, if you guys want to check it out when it comes out, please subscribe and put the bell button so you get notified when it happens. So you can give me some feedback on that as well. Other than that, I've been working on a few commercial things as well. The studio is up and running. If you haven't seen my studio, you can come and join us in the next coming days, where I'll do other live shows on inside the studio. Because unfortunately, right now we cannot we have some restrictions in Italy, so we have to be be in a specific, after 10 p.m. you cannot go anywhere. So basically, this is what happens around here, and unfortunately, this is what we have to deal with during this time of pandemic, which is okay. We're starting to get along with it in some ways, but we all hope it has to get better. So anyway, I want to say hi to all the ones that are watching right now. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. If you guys want to say hi and just share some thoughts on the chat, you can use the chat as you wish. We have a super chat as well, so if you want to donate, if you want to support the channel, please do so. Be much appreciated. And also, if you want to have some, suggest some things to talk about, why not? I mean, this is in some ways, it's not biased. There's no sponsorship. I mean, all you see here is not sponsored by anything. I mean, this shirt, anything is just purely chosen by me, and there's no back thing behind it. So it's all nice and clear, pure and simple, and it can't get any simpler than this. Now, so I think a nice thing to talk about, it would be, we're getting close to the holidays, and I'm sure a lot of music geeks and a lot of musicians are thinking, what am I going to buy next? Because unfortunately, the life of a musician, it is very much oriented. Okay, bye, Francesco. Okay, it is very much oriented on the on what we dream of every single day, which is new instruments, new things to record with, new set of cables, a new guitar, a new bass, a new drum kit, depending on what is your instrument. And unfortunately, we are kind of we have this and this sorcery on us that we cannot do anything about it, and that is because we live for music, and we need to we always feel there's this need for getting a better instrument, something that sounds better than what we already have, and we gotta keep it low. I think my honest thoughts about this, sometimes we overdo it. Like we tend to force ourselves to think that we need something so bad, because otherwise our productions are not going to be good, our way of playing is not going to be great enough. And honestly, sometimes cheap things can go a long way. And I've seen this anywhere. Like, I've seen people produce like hits with like the cheapest stuff that I've ever thought it could be used to do records, and this is just crazy. I think people really don't realize sometimes how much biased we are when we need to go and buy music stuff, and that is because unfortunately we do see a lot of videos. I mean, I myself too, I go and watch reviews on products, on things for the studio, things for music production, things for playing, things for guitars, and so on, so forth. And I think, wow, this piece of gear could be amazing for my setup. But I mean, the hard truth is sometimes the best setup is the one that you have right now. And I know it is hard to accept sometimes because you always feel like you could do, that much better. But the truth is, you can do so much with what you have right now. And I mean, I hope you do. I hope you do. And I always think, what is how much have I actually, uh, in some ways, used uh, my setup right now before I could say that it's been consumed enough. And I think that this is something worth to think about, because sometimes we just buy things, and then after a few months we already feel like it's not good enough, or it's not exactly what we need. But you know as I said before, a lot of times I've seen people do amazing things with with really really cheap stuff, and that is true, and that is how it works. So but other than that, it is always, we need other stuff as well. So sometimes we do need to have, new gear, new things. And so sometimes, especially on the holidays, it might be a good time to think about, buying that next piece of gear that you were thinking about, and maybe that next guitar that you were needing desperately, because you maybe had like a solid body guitar, but you wanted a semi-acoustic. So maybe the holidays are the perfect moment to gather up a little bit of money and get what you want. Now, few things that looked interesting to me during these days. Definitely, there's new releases that are always great to look at. Like, for example, as a guitar player myself, I was really digging the new Fender Stratocaster that they released a few months ago. I think it looks great. I haven't tried one yet. I really would like to. I think it looks like a really nice piece of gear. If you guys have any experience with that, it'd be nice if you want to share it. And in some ways, I think it is a very interesting product. I mean, I don't want to talk about the other product that Fender released a few months ago, which I think, I mean, it's not worth the money. Gotta be honest. That's from my perspective, of course. It really depends on what type of music you're looking to do. But as a guitarist, as a pop guitarist, I gotta be honest, I don't think I could ever need something like this in my music productions or in my guitar playing. So for the moment, I think I'll just put it aside. But for the American Standard, the Fender Professional 2, it does really look cool, and it sounds pretty darn good. So I'd be really interested in checking that out, actually. So that is something maybe to think about for the holidays for you guys. I mean, but also there's some other good things. I mean, I like to always check out, those flyers, music stores and that sort of thing, and I never end up buying anything. But I mean, it's good to check it out. And also, there's some good stuff with software. So if you guys are into music production like me, you might be interested in a few discounts they're making nowadays for plugins, and a lot of companies are doing it. They always do good discounts on Christmas times. So if you guys are thinking of buying plugins, I think this is the best time of the year to do that. So I did grab a few specials myself, because I needed a few things, and I mean, nothing fancy, nothing hyper expensive, but I did get some good some good discounts, which I'm pretty happy about. And actually, guys, if you want to get discounts from Waves, you can do that. I'm gonna put a link in the description, which is really really handy. It's a 10% discount Waves coupon that you can get on top of what you get from buying normal plugins. So if you want to use this coupon to actually buy plugins today, you can do so. I'm actually going to put it on the description to actually get it as well for if you ever need, if you're thinking of buying Waves plugins. There are some really good plugins out there, and actually now I think there's the new CLA plugin, which sounds really good. I did get that myself, and I'm gonna do a review about it pretty soon, maybe tomorrow. So if you guys want to check that out and you want to see the new CLA Epic plugin, please come along. Put the bell button, subscribe to the channel so you get notified when the review comes up. So I'm thinking of doing a live review, or maybe just do a review and then post it. It is hard sometimes to understand what is the best way to do it, because of course some people like the live reviews, some people like to watch a very short 5 to 10 minutes video about a specific plugin. And probably, I gotta be honest, maybe that is probably good, because in some ways, I myself, I would never be like looking at a review for more than 10 minutes. So there is a probably there is already a choice in that sense, and so in some ways probably that's probably the best way to go. So I probably do a recording, and then I will actually post it so you guys can watch it, and you can do your own, you can think about it yourself. So if you guys please let me know in the comments what you think about this, what you think about these reviews, all the things that you see on this channel. I mean, I do a lot of videos on the channel, and I think I see you guys appreciate it a lot, which is really cool. I really like this. I mean, I like spending time on the channel, so I can get better content, and I always look for good content to show you guys, and hopefully it gets through well. So this is something that I think it's worth thinking about. I mean, it is a good I think it's getting a really good it's getting a good channel, and I'm really happy about this. So I hope you appreciate it, and I see a lot of you guys write to me, give me some good feedback, which is really good. I really enjoy this, and if you ever feel the need of sharing something with me, please write in the live chat when I'm live streaming, no problem. Or if you wanna have a direct talk, you can go www.pmproductionsonline.com, and you can send your request, and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. So holidays, Christmas gifts, the best time of the year for musicians as well, especially because we think, oh, finally I can get that instrument that I was waiting for, because I can't put money aside. So suggestions, are you guys thinking of anything of buying for holidays, especially because it looks like we're going to be home alone for the holidays, since at least in Italy it'll be very much restricted. So we might need something to occupy our time, and maybe a new instrument would be the perfect gift. So just putting that out there, and I don't know, guys, I mean, at least for me, I think Christmas time and birthday parties seems to be the moment where you think, oh, I'm so gonna get that instrument that I was waiting for. And sometimes that happens, sometimes you don't, but there's a good chance. So if you, I mean, honestly, I was lately thinking of switching a few things for the studio. I was thinking of switching some gear, like for example preamps, for example, also the interface. I was thinking of getting a rack mount interface. I mean, I'm pretty happy with the one that I have right now, but since I did change studio and I did and I have a different space, I was trying, I wanted to put my interface into a rack mount, which I think it would fit much better on the whole setup. So what are my thoughts about this? Well, I'm a big fan of Universal Audio, and I do use Universal Audio on a daily basis. As a matter of fact, I do use Apollo X4 on a daily basis, and I think it's an amazing piece of gear. There are some ups and downsides sometimes, but it just works amazingly. So I'm really happy on the way it performs. So what are my thoughts about new pieces of gear? Well, maybe the step up, maybe X6, X8, X8P, who knows, Apollo X16. I mean, they all look very nice, and I mean, I love the way UAD just made it happen with the zero latency plugins. I think that is probably the best thing I've ever seen in music production ever since I started. I mean, I remember back in the day when I used to use my old Tascam or M Audio card, two-way USB audio card. It was just a pain to get to use those plugins, because as soon as you plugged in something, everything just went nuts. And now, you get real-time, zero latency almost zero latency. To work with basically anything, like amp simulators, EQs, compressors. So it's basically almost like having a real studio inside your computer. And I think that is pretty amazing. I mean, I've seen a lot of companies that are trying to imitate the same setup of UAD, and they kind of doing a fair good job. But I don't know what it is about UAD, but it just feels sturdy to me. So I keep on going that way. And let me know what you think about it. What are your thoughts about it? I mean, I know a lot of music production guys are into Motu, into say for example also Apogee, and there's amazing brands out there. And I mean, I gotta be honest, they're all amazing for one way or another. Now the new Avid came out the other day, which I think it looks stunning. It's not the right thing for me because I already know I'm not a Pro Tools user, so I would never need something like that. But Pro Tools user, I'm pretty sure they'll be really happy this Christmas, and they probably know already what their Christmas gift is going to be. Probably, I don't know. So talking about music production, I think one of the most difficult things of the moment now, it's especially for Mac users, the fact that Mac has decided to move to a new architecture, and that is a big pain, because if you're like me that is having trouble looking for a new computer, you'll probably find that there's a big problem of compatibility. And if you're thinking of buying a new computer and you have, you use plugins, you have, for example, like me, Universal Audio, and you want it to be compatible with your new computer, well, you just gotta wait, because new Mac computers are just not for, the pieces of hardware that I'm talking about. And unfortunately, we don't know when they're going to be compatible, because that is that depends from software developers. So until software developers don't fix that, especially say for example UAD ones, unfortunately we just have to wait. We just have to keep strong. And if you have an old computer that you need to replace and you want to buy a new Mac, well, you just gotta wait. You might have to repair it somehow, maybe change battery if the battery is dying, like mine one for example, or if you need to expand your RAM, go expand your RAM, because I think it's gonna be a long wait. Nobody seems to have any sort of news at the moment. which is kind of it is a bit of a downside. But we have to be honest, Apple has been very, very fast in the last 5 years, and I think not even they're trying, not even they can can manage to actually catch up on the work they're doing. And I mean, sometimes I also think, yes, it is a commercial thing. I mean, they are, trying to basically, get their, you know, get their loans done, and they're trying just to earn more money than usual. But I mean, we have to be honest. I mean, it's really hard to actually, keep up with this advance in technology, and even technology itself is having a hard time. I mean, we can just see with Intel. Intel just, said they could not respond to the request they had. They had so much request for their processors that basically Apple just said, you know what, we're gonna do it ourselves. And what happened was they made the M1 chip. Now everybody talks about this chip that is amazing, but I mean, how amazing can a chip be if it's not compatible? You know what I mean? I mean, you could have the best chip in the world, but if nothing's compatible with it, it's pointless. So unfortunately, I mean, I would be very, very interested in checking out a new M1 chip and try it out with my setup. But unfortunately, if I use my setup right now, nothing will work. Nothing will work. So I cannot do anything about it. So that is a bit of a strange moment for Mac users, people that produce music with Macs. So I think probably PC guys are gonna be super happy at the moment. But I mean, it is really hard to, you can't really change setup and just think, I'm gonna do this and I'm going to, change completely my, architecture. Oh, I mean, you could think about that. I thought about this a few times in the last days. I mean, for example, is it worth it changing from Mac to PC? Because I'm starting to, think about it. Because I mean, if things are not compatible, I can't work with it. But then I thought, UAD works well with Macs, so yeah, I think it's just worth to wait. But it is hard. It is hard, and sometimes, unfortunately, you need to just wait for a little more. Anyway, let's talk about plugins. Good offers that I've seen around for all those music producers, geeks that are always looking for the best the best discounts and everything. I mean, if you guys are into discounts, I suggest go and check out the Black Rooster discounts, which are really cool, 90% off, and you actually get the whole bundle for 90 euros, I think. Which, I mean, if you think about it, it's about 10 euros per plugin, which is ridiculously cheap. Or I think FabFilter is doing some discounts. I mean, not exceptionally amazing discounts, like we're talking about 25% off, but it is a discount. I mean, so now their plugins are getting a little cheaper. So if you're looking of buying FabFilter's plugins, I think now is the right time, because you have 25% off. So I think their Pro Q3, which is their flagship, it is about 100 euros, 110 I think now. Usually it's about 150 if I'm not wrong, or maybe a little more, I can't remember. Anyway, so that's that. And also I think you can check out, there's a few nice Waves plugins as well around. Also the new Waves plugin, I think it's really nice. I did get that myself, as I said. And there's a few good things out there, and maybe a few things that I don't. So if you want to write in the chat, please go go for it. What else? We have also a few other things, like I think there's some nice well, I mean, for instruments, there's some interesting sales, especially for for music store online stores. So if you guys are into online stores, I've seen a few nice online stores which are pretty good. I mean, of course, we're talking about different budgets here, but who knows? Maybe you get enough money to go and get something for Christmas. So who knows, right? And all right, so I think um, you know it is a good time. So you might want to check that out. Anyway, if you want to support this channel on Patreon, you can do so. Just check it out. You can see it in the description of the video, but I'm gonna put it on the chat as well. So on Patreon, there's also some amazing things that you can get, exclusive things, like for example master classes, production master classes, and much more. So if you're if you want to dive into this world and you want to get better at it, definitely check that out, because it's really, really cool. You get a masterclass, intensive masterclass of 2 to 3 hours, and you get some amazing tips for your music production. So if you're into that, go and check it out. Definitely, it is really, 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 really cool. So so enough said about about this, but I want to actually about this. I think it is I mean, you might think, okay, you see people 14 years old, 15 years old, 16 years old, becoming the next big producer, and like this guy that makes gold, platinum records and all these things. All right, fine. Yes, it can happen, but we also don't know exactly how they did it. And what I mean by that is, do we know if they did it by themselves? Do we know if they have family members that are producers and they've been into a producing room right from where they were born? So there are so many things, so many variants to consider, that I think sometimes giving too much space to young generations, which I mean, they're fine. I mean, not that we do not have to support them. We do have to support them, but I mean, that doesn't mean that someone with more experience is not good enough just because has more, it's older than those people. So there's a lot of things that you don't actually see that are more rather marketing ideas, rather than actually genuine things that happen. Like, I mean, this happens all the time, and we get fooled so much by this. And I say this not because I want to criticize young talents. Actually, I love young talents. They have to go further. But what I'm saying, sometimes people behind the scenes are using this tactic to actually make an earning off of this. And I mean, I think music, it's about saying something valuable. It's not about who is the best at. So I mean, you can be the youngest, the the most awesome, the best, the most good looking, whatever. But music, it is a subjective thing. And what can I say? I mean, if you like a piece of music, doesn't mean it's bad, or doesn't mean it's good for everyone. And that is a fact. We all know this, but unfortunately, too many times we get fooled by this idea of the best producer, because he's the youngest and he's gonna have such an amazing career, and that this guy's just amazing. And then you find someone that is on their they're adults and they do this for a living, and you think, oh, this guy, yeah, of course he knows his stuff, but he's normal. He's normal. And this normal thing in music production, in music in general, it's just so I mean, it's just pointless. I mean, what are we about? Are we about the music? Are we about the things that surround the music? I mean, so you listen to tracks just because someone is young or because someone is handsome? I mean, of course, I'm not talking about singers, that frontmen, people that take the scene. I'm talking about people behind the scene, like someone that makes a track and puts their name on it. I mean, is it really important that that person looks good? Is it really important that that person actually has, in some ways, uh, 14 years old and it's not 30, 40, 50? What does it matter? I mean, if they say something, they have something to say. So why not say it? I mean, I don't know if you're getting me. I hope you do, because I think this is a very important thing, a very important concept behind music, because we all, we're interested in music. We're not interested about, what type of person did that song. And I think sometimes it's something that people tend to forget. So I don't know. I just thought I'd put it out there. Anyway, okay, guys. So I see a few people just are online now. So if you guys want to say hi, please, just say hi. I'll be more than happy to say hello to you back. And we're talking about music. I'm a music producer, musician, music teacher. So I do all these things, and I like to talk about them. So this is why this channel is such a cool place, because we get to talk freely with no boundaries about all the things that surround music, like music production, arrangement, songwriting, and a lot of other things. So I hope you enjoy this channel. I hope you have a good time here. So tonight we're just having a little chat together. I just wanted to have a good chat with you guys. So if you want to, join in, and if you want to talk about things, of course, music things, we have, some, we have a bit of time to talk about. Now, I just got my egg shaker, which is pretty cool. Always need an egg shaker. I think egg shakers are just, lifesavers. And I do have different not lifesaver. I do have different types of egg shakers. This one, for example, is soft. This is a bit loud, as you can hear, definitely louder. But I think egg shakers are so underrated. I mean, you can do so many songs with that, and sometimes you just need an egg shaker. Sometimes you need something a bit more than that. But it's always to have. It's always handy to have an egg shaker around. I think it can be useful when you're recording things. Anyway, for just to remind you, of course, this is a software edition of what I usually do with the live streams. Usually we're in the studio. Today, because of COVID restrictions, we cannot. We're in Italy. We cannot be around. We cannot go anywhere, so we have to stay safe after 10 p.m. So this is why this is a different edition, which is fine as well, because it is a more light and more relaxed version. It is also a better time to have a chat, to talk about things. So that's why I thought it could be interesting to put a few things out there and see what people think about it. I mean, as I was saying, I think as a musician, music producer, I think these are a few topics that right now are trending in my head, like especially the part where you buy things, where you buy instruments. And I think probably that is something that all musicians tend to have fixed in their mind, which I am conscious about. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to stop being like that, and hopefully I will. But for the moment, I'm already thinking, what should I get for Christmas? So I mean, I know Christmas is not about presents, of course, as somebody says. I don't care about the presents. All I want for Christmas is you. But it is it is what it is. I mean, we all say that it's not about the present, but then if we get a bad present, we get so upset, right? Isn't that true? Am I talking crazy? Please let me know if I do, because I think I've seen those scenes a lot of times. And I I mean, what is the weirdest present you got for Christmas? It'd be interesting to know. Like, what is the weirdest present you got for Christmas? I mean, is it, I don't know. It can be anything. Maybe, I don't know. I probably, for me, I think probably a pair of socks, which is probably, it probably was, the weirdest present I got for Christmas. Because, I mean, yeah, okay, socks are necessary. Socks can be handy, all those things, but I did get socks when I was about 15, I think. And at 15, you probably think socks. What are socks for? I mean, why would you get socks at 15? I mean, 15, you're thinking about playing video games. You're thinking about playing music. You're thinking about being with your friends, and you're not thinking about socks. I mean, I don't know. Is there anybody out there at 15 that thinks about socks? I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway. So I think now it's a good time also to reflect a little bit about music in general, because as we all know, unfortunately, music, it is driven a lot by live shows. And knowing that in this moment of the of our times, music is basically stopped, live shows, because of the pandemic, it is really really hard to go through. I mean, I know for myself, not being able to do concerts on a regular basis, it's frustrating. It's really hard to accept, because you tend to get a type of energy on what you do, and you want to feel that energy constantly, consistently, throughout the weeks, throughout the months, because it is adrenaline basically. And as you guys know, probably adrenaline, it is in some ways you get dependent by it. So you got to be careful in that sense as well. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing better than a really nice concert, well played concert, or just played concert. I mean, it's not about the well played. I mean, of course, it is about the well played as well. But I mean, you do get just an amazing feeling from getting a concert down. And I think it's really important, and it is important for the musicians as well as for the people that are listening, because I mean, you've probably realized by now that listening to music on headphones is not the same thing as listening to music on a live place. It just sounds different, and that it's not something that I made up. It's something scientifically provable. There are frequencies that we do not hear with our heads, with our ears, but we do feel. And sometimes those frequencies cannot be sent through speakers. So that is why we have a different feeling about instruments when we hear them inside a live place. Firstly, because they're not equalized, they're not compressed, they have a dynamic range which is completely different. There's so many different things that they are different from a recording, but those are the most important ones. So that is definitely something to think about. How can we deal with this moment of pandemic where live music is basically stopped? That's the only thing you can say. I mean, how can we deal with this? What can we do as musicians, as artists, to actually get things going in a different way? Because I mean, we do realize right now it's not about waiting anymore. It's about creating a new world. It's about creating something that was not there because we need it now. And I think online live platforms are probably the way to go in this moment. Are probably what every single musician should aspire to at the right in this very beginning. So I mean, these are my thoughts about this. Let me know what you think in the comments. But I think this is just how it is. I mean, you do get this. I mean, you do you do need, to think about this, because I mean, as for myself, live shows are an income in all senses. I mean, in all the way. So you can't just think, okay, I'll stop, I'll wait, and then I'll start again. I mean, it's not a hobby. It's something that you do for a living. And if you do it for a living just to, get a few bucks extra, then fine, do whatever. But if you do on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, weekly basis, okay, if you do this sort of activity for all this time, it's gonna make things so hard, and you need, I think, at least to find an alternative as soon as you can. I mean, it is true. I mean, there are some good possibilities. Luckily, right now, because we have great coverage, we have great phone lines, we have great technology that helps us to be more together, and this is amazing. So I think now we just need to rethink things, and arrange it in a way that is profitable, that is valuable for you, that makes it different from a live show, but at the same time it's not just giving out free, okay? Because that is the main problem, right? I mean, any artists at the moment could just open their social page and just start a concert, but that's not what they want. That's not what we want as well, as listeners. We want to see a show. We want to see lights. We want to see dramatic moments. We want to see light moments. We want to see everything that is part of the music, but with something more. Because music is not just about the notes. Music, it's about the place. It's about the feeling that you have with those people. It's about so many things, so many things. And unfortunately, I gotta be honest, you cannot make it just by having that sort of thing. I mean, that's how it is. So what can I say? I mean, it's just it's something that I think everybody is thinking about right now. It is really, really hard. I know that the biggest problem is how can you make it valuable? Because I mean, a concert, right? You go, you pay for your ticket, you sit down or you stand up, depending on where you're, what type of concert you're looking, or where you're seated, and you just enjoy the concert. But in a place where the space is nothing but your computer, so you're not living an experience. You're not paying for a space. You're not paying for a seat, because you have that seat. What can you pay for? I mean, what are the money that you can give to the artists that are valuable to you, that make sense to you, and make both happy? Because in some way you might think, okay, so I pay for a ticket for a digital concert, but I want to pay like, say, 50%, because it's not like a normal concert where you are in a space, you are in an arena or like a stadium, and you have like this amazing vibe. You're just at home in front of your computer, so you think, okay, it's gonna be cheaper first of all. But the problem is the other side. Like, what are they going to give to you? Like, a real show, it's expensive. It needs a lot of lights. It needs a lot of architectures, a lot of technicians, and all these things have a cost. Okay. Now, whether it's a low budget cost or a high budget cost, it is always a cost. There's no free, okay? So this is why they're dragging so much this concept, because they realize that there's no way at the moment of, they're trying to realize what is the best way to go out there and say, okay, here's the live concert in streaming. This is your ticket. So if you want to participate, you got to pay this. Okay. I mean, you can do that, but of course it's going to be completely different. It's going to be completely, in some ways, also reorganized, rearranged. And, you need to be putting some good thoughts on it, and it's not just, you know, easy peasy, unfortunately. But I think there are some good chances. I mean, I've seen a few solutions. It is, you know, a pain because you need to organize a lot of things, but I mean, isn't that what you do anyway when you do concerts? I mean, I don't want to say this type of concerts are better than real concerts, because there's nothing better than real music. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry for those, you know, hip hop producers or trap producers that they use rarely any musical instruments. I've heard a few producers using musical instruments, you know, and there are good producers out there which do music that I don't like, but I'm just saying, you know, that's it. Anyway, so guys, I think we had a nice chat. Just before we close, please remember to subscribe, to put the bell button. Hope you enjoyed this channel. We did talk about a few things. I always remind you, you can support this place on Patreon, and you can just donate as much as you want, and with the donation you do get some extra features which are not included in the YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, please go into the description of this video, check it out, go Patreon, and you'll find it. It's the first of the list. And then if you need to buy any Waves plugins for 10% off, go and use that coupon that I've put in the description. So guys, I did give you a lot of heads up. Hopefully it will help you to decide what you're going to buy for the holidays. Obviously not for, you know, fiance or wife or girl, because I don't think, at least she's a producer, I don't think she will love to get, you know, the new amazing plugin by CLA. Okay, so always keep in mind, who are you doing the presents for? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this nice little chat. We might do some extra chats during the next couple of days. Thank you for all the ones that have been staying for me, watching this this live stream. I hope you know, hope you enjoyed this time. I did enjoy it. I am a little tired, as you probably, you know, can tell, because it's probably been more than 15 hours that I've been working today, from teaching to, you know, producing to making, you know, videos, instructional videos, making live streams. So I am a fairly bit tired. So I think it's time to, you know, take a break. So guys, other than this, I hope you enjoyed this live stream, this nice little chat. I hope to see you in the next coming days. Please subscribe and put the bell button so you get notified. As you've noticed, this channel, it is English and Italian oriented. So if you find any Italian speaking videos, don't be afraid. A lot of videos are also translated. I think a few videos also have automatic English subtitles, some translations, which I think are pretty effective. So guys, I think I've said it all. I don't think I've missed anything. And so if you want to keep up and talk with me, please, you know, stay connected. You can also check me out on all the other how do you call them, social networks, so Instagram, Facebook, and so much more. Okay guys, so I think this is it. Hope you had a great time, and I'll see you next time. Bye.